Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a box opening. We will be looking at the Herschel Little America backpack. We will have the mid-volume and also the classic size as well. Difference between the two sizes, mid-volume is going to be 17 liters and the classic is 25 liters. Before I get started, I just wanted to say that this is not a sponsored video, so this is purchased by my own money. And I wanted to do this video simply because I could not find a video with the color that I really liked. And second of all, I also could not find a video with like a side-by-side comparison with as far as like what fits in the bag, and also to just show you guys what it's going to look like with a smaller build body. I am only like 4'10", so I am very short, and so as much as I love a nice big backpack, sometimes it's just going to look ridiculous on me. So we will see what it's going to look like against my body, and that way I can kind of decide which route I'm going to go with. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and open the first box up. So this should be the 17-liter bag. Let's see here. So the packaging is pretty simple. It's really literally just the box, and then we have the backpack inside. I did order this from Amazon, as you can see based off of the box. Here is the bag. I will insert some other clips of the bag for you guys as well. Here is the backpack all up close and personal. This is the 17-liter, and before I get started, let me just say this color is absolutely stunning. This color is called Ash Rose. I want to say it's a very pretty muted mauve pink. I will say that when I took this backpack out, one of the first things I noticed is that it is extremely back heavy, meaning if you stand it up, most likely it will kind of like lop over, if that makes sense. The back side is really heavy just because it has a lot of padding, so the shoulder pads are pretty thick. You also have some back padding here as well. Other things that are pretty cool, it does have kind of like an air vent thing going on the back, just to kind of let your back breathe, if that makes any sense at all. There are loops here, so you could hook things on here, so that is also an option as well. Now, looking at the front of the backpack and the buckles, it is a magnetic clasp over here. And on the clasp, you can see that it does say Herschel on there. It's the same on the bottom as well. I love the extra touch that everything is literally the same color. I love that. It makes it so much nicer, honestly. The back of the straps are shiny plastic versus the muted on the front. Looking at the bottom little section here, once you open that, it is a zipper pocket, so you can definitely keep smaller important items in here if you don't want it to drop. I think this is a great spot for like keys or wallets or anything like that. Seeing that it needs an extra zipper, you'll definitely notice if somebody's trying to mess with that. Let me take a look inside if there's any compartments here. There is a little hook here that is attached over here, so this is great. I actually really like this hook for traveling purposes, just because, for example, let's say if you have this hooked to your wallet and keys, in certain places when you're traveling, sometimes you can kind of end up in a place that may not be the safest as far as being pickpocketed. I do know for a fact that sometimes when people rob you, they will literally cut your bag with a knife and take things out. So for example, in this situation, let's say if you are keeping your wallet up here because you don't want it in the bigger bag, if somebody cuts this and try to pull your wallet out, if it is connected to that little piece, you're actually a lot safer because they won't be able to pull it out, and you're actually going to feel that pull as it happens. So it's kind of like a fail-safe hook here. The hook is not metal or anything, but mainly it's going to help to prevent that situation from occurring. When traveling with backpacks like these, I do recommend like a smaller wallet that is not going to be big or anything, so that way it can kind of fit on there and you can hook it on there. So I love that option there. Now, looking at the bigger compartment, we have a drawstring for the top area, so it's pretty open looking inside. It does have the red lining, which is kind of like the branding interior look. And on this side, it does say welcome to Herschel, and it does have a laptop compartment in there. I did open up the backpack a little bit more just to show you guys a little bit better. So inside you can see it's kind of like a felt minky type of material. It's definitely not like leather or anything like that, but it's very padded from the back padding. And then in the front side, this is also padded as well. It's not as thick as the back side, but it is padded here, so it is going to be protected from the items inside of the bag. If I stick my arm all the way in, it does not reach the actual bottom of the bag. So it does have a faux bottom, meaning if you drop your bag like this on the floor and you have your laptop in there, your laptop will not be smashing into the floor. So that's always really nice as well. Other compartments in here are two little tiny compartments. These are not very wide at all. I have seen some reviews of this bag, and I saw this and I thought maybe I could stick like a water bottle in here, but absolutely not. No water bottle will be able to fit in here. However, you can probably stick like glasses or pens or anything like that in there, maybe even like a small umbrella possibly. But aside from that, it's a pretty simple backpack. There's not any like special compartments or anything aside from the two on the side and then the backpack part for the laptop. Also this cord area, so this is meant for audio cord. I'm actually really curious if I can put a hydration tube through this, just so I can kind of use this backpack for hiking. I'm not like a super serious hiking person at all, but I did want to be able to hydrate if I can, and I did want to use this backpack just because it is so cute. I think mostly this backpack is going to be for like traveling, like going to the airport as my carry-on, and then also just for like light hikes as well. And going into the next bag, this is a little bit wet. The box is a little soft from being wet, but we have the bigger bag here, which is the 25 liter. Already just by looking at it, I can tell it's definitely much taller, so I'm gonna be a little bit concerned on how it's gonna sit on my back. I don't really like heavy things like going over the curvature of my I guess my waist, where my waist goes into my butt, I guess. So we'll have to see if this can sit above that area, which would be kind of like my preferred, versus sitting below that area, if I make any sense at all. But let's go ahead and take a close-up of this bag. Now looking at the second backpack here, I have the 25 liter here and the 17 on this side. As you can see, it is most definitely a lot taller in comparison as far as size-wise goes. I didn't fluff this one out, so it probably looks a little skinnier than the other. However, I think it might be deeper. So we're gonna take a look at them in comparison. I am gonna just go over all the compartments again real quick, but it's not gonna be just as like in depth because I kind of already explained it with the 17 liter. I would assume it's probably very similar. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So looking at the 25 liter, we also have the magnetic buckles. The bottom is the same. So we have this bag, however, obviously it is a bit bigger. We do still have the hook in here, so that's really nice. The interior lining is red on one side and just the base of this bag on the other. Looking at the interior, we also have the drawstring. The bag itself is much taller, and then we also have the media cord area here. The interior still has the laptop spacing and also the side compartments as well. These side compartments are still very tiny, so you're not going to be able to fit any water bottles in there. The interior of this also has the faux bottom for the laptop area as well, and it also says welcome to Herschel. Looking at the back of the backpack, it is the exact same. So we have the straps, and we also have the back padding and the airways as well. I didn't mention this. They also have a little piece of like elastic here to hold all the extra fabric from the straps. So that's very nice. And again, all of their pieces are all of the same color. So that's a really nice touch as well. Alright guys, so here is the two backpacks side to side between the 25 liter and the 17 liters. You can definitely tell the 25 liter is a lot bigger than the 17 liter. Other things to notice is that the side view, the 25 is slightly a bit deeper than the 17. One more thing that I did notice too is the straps itself. So visually you may not be able to tell, however the straps on the 25 liter is actually thicker, as in wider, than the 17 liter. That does make a difference for me just because I am a smaller build, so when I wear it, that thicker strap is going to make a difference for me. I'm going to try them both on. What I'm going to put in there is a couple items here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to put in there. So I gathered up some items. I don't think we'll be able to fit everything in here, but I did want to just try. So I just kind of grabbed a couple of random items in here. I have my GoPro, which I usually carry out for traveling. I have an extra pair of shoes. I also have a water bottle. This is kind of like my trinket bag, so I kind of keep all my maybe like beauty stuff or GoPro items in there. I have my Switch, laptop, and also my iPad as well. Yes, I do carry both my iPad and my laptop when I travel. And then I also have a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt as well, and I also have a blanket here that I'm gonna approach to put into the bag, but I'm not sure if this is gonna fit. So we're gonna just kind of try our luck with these items and see what we can fit in there. I'm gonna start with the 17 liter and see where we can go. So we are going to try to put all of that stuff into this bag. We're starting with the 17 liter first. So let's go ahead and open this bag up. The first thing we're going to put in there, hi Luna, is going to be the electronics first. So iPad. The next one is this. Next, we are going to put in, I'm going to try to put the blanket all the way at the bottom. All right, so I am going to try to put this in here. It is a very big, bulky blanket, so I'll try here. Sorry guys, Luna decided that she wanted to be a part of the video. Let's see. This one. So it can definitely fit in there. Just gotta really pack it in. So here is what it looks like. I have the blanket in there, GoPro in there next. It sits just right at like the brim, so you don't have to put it in here, but I just like it sitting up, so I'm gonna put that there. Shoes, I did put the shoes in a plastic bag. Shoes, I think I'm gonna, should I put it sideways? Actually, I'm gonna try to put this water bottle in here on the side first. So this right in the side, right over here. So shoes, I'm actually gonna try to rotate it a little bit here. A shirt. And I must say that the bag is definitely very lopsided in shape right now, or size. So it is kind of like falling over quite a bit. Alright, so I tried my best to kind of like squish everything in there. I'm gonna see if I can cinch this bag together and close it. This is like filled all the way to the top. I don't think you can get, so definitely the lid is not going to quite close. However, you do have these adjustable buckles. So I'm gonna try to adjust this all the way out and see if we can still close it if we put it to the last one. So we put it all the way to the last option. Oh, you could definitely close it now. So yeah, here is the bag completely full. This is the 17 liter. and we fit everything in here. It is absolutely crazy. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like on me. All right, so here is the backpack at 17 liters, 100% full. I didn't put anything in the front pocket, so I could probably still stick my wallet in the front pocket. That part is also adjustable, so you could probably fill that up pretty nicely as well, but just with like smaller items. However, I would say that I have the strap on pretty tight, so with all the items, there's not much movement I can do over here. However, I could loosen it up a little bit. And I still have some space between my hips and like my waist area. So like my waist is like right about like right over here, I want to say. So this is kind of falling right in between. So this bag could fall a little bit lower if I wanted to. However, I do like my backpack sitting up a little bit higher to kind of give me a little bit more support, if that makes any sense. I just don't like the bag dragging downwards because then it's really pulling me back. But this is completely full. It looks pretty ridiculous because it is so full. However, I guess like if I'm traveling somewhere and I bought a lot of stuff, this is going to be what it's going to look like. The next backpack we have here is the 25 liters, and we're going to try to put a little bit more stuff in here if possible. Let's open this up. This is already like way bigger, I can tell. I'm going to start with putting the electronics again, and this time I'm going to do it the proper way that I usually put my electronics, which is screen facing the soft part first, then the laptop, and then the screen facing the other soft part. And I do like to put it so the wider stuff is against the back, so that way you're not bending kind of like those buttons and stuff on the switch. I do have a case for it. Honestly, if I really were to carry it and be like banging it around and stuff, I probably will put it in the case. However, in this case, I'm not going to. Next, I'm going to be putting the giant blanket in there. This one is Luna, you're in the way. Excuse me, cat butt. Oh, okay. As you can see, this is a lot easier to stick in to the bag. It fits very well. There's a lot of space left. So this is a huge backpack. And just to show you guys a better view of this, there is a lot of space left. So like a big chunk of my arm is in there. And I could probably still squeeze things around it because it's a much wider bag as well. So next I'm going to be putting in is my GoPro. The depth of this bag is the same, so you can see it still sits like on the brim. It doesn't go all the way down. Next I'm going to be putting the water bottle in here. Shoes and shirt, pants, this bag. We definitely have more space. Might be pushing it here, but I have my Pusheen sweatshirt. It is a pretty big item, but I'm gonna see if I can possibly squeeze it into that bag. Let's see if it is doable. We do have quite a bit of space in here, honestly, so I think it could possibly be doable. But we might be pushing it. Let's see. All right, I think it fit. Honestly, I think it's good. it is in the bag. So let's go ahead and try to cinch this closed. It's soft, so it can definitely cinch back in. Just because it's a soft sweater. So most of it is honestly like just because it's soft. So that's why it's like bigger. But we closed the top of the backpack. It looks ridiculous. And we're going to try to close the lid. Obviously, we're going to have to adjust this again. The only concern I have is, seems like the bigger one doesn't have, the holes doesn't go as low. So I don't know if this one's gonna really close with all this stuff in there, but we will have to see. I'm gonna adjust it down first. I almost want to say that they could definitely add like one more hole at the base of this, just based off of like how much sticks out right here. But this is extended all the way. It closed, but it might come loose from movement. I'm not sure. And keep in mind there is that faux back, so don't worry about my laptop being slammed on the ground or anything. But it looks like it should hold. But here is the 25-liter backpack. We added everything, and then we also added a extra sweatshirt, which was really big. It's like a big fuzzy hoodie. You can almost say it's a robe, honestly. All right, so here is the backpack. It is big, it is bulky, and here is how it sits. So this is probably as tight as I would go with this backpack. It definitely sits much lower on my body. I don't think it looks super duper ridiculous. However, I do prefer the 17-liter over the 25-liter for me. I would say like this is if I went like backpacking somewhere. However, for backpacking, I'm not sure if this would really be a comfortable option, just because there is no like waist support, there is no chest support. You could probably try to DIY some sort of chest support for this, and I'm sure they probably sell something that you can adjust to add on as a chest support. You have these loops here that can possibly work for that. So yeah, this is a really big backpack, and we put a lot in there. So this is what it looks like. The chest strap, not the chest straps, the backpack straps for this one is slightly bit wider. So I will say that I do prefer the slightly thinner thinner strap, just because I'm such a small build. You can see this is like going right over where my shoulder is almost, and so it's not as comfortable, because as I'm moving forward I feel this like big thing right here. So even though the other one is about like a 1/4 inch thinner, this is still pretty thick. Alright guys, so that ends today's video. Here is a final view of the two bags next to each other. Some side notes here. I do think that these bags are worth the price that they are sold for. Again, I am not sponsored, so I paid my own money for this, and I think it's 100% worth it. Is there some stitches that might be a little off? I noticed like a couple that's on the interior of the bag, but it's not like it's broken or anything. It's just not as straight as like 100% straight. For $100, I don't think that that was a really big deal. However, I understand everybody's $100 means a little bit differently. So determine for yourself if it's going to be worth $100 for you. Other things I do want to mention is that I will be making a video to try to put a bladder into a backpack like this for light day hikes. So that's going to be one of my goal videos I'll be making for you guys. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to let me know. Aside from that, be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!